Only witches and wizards with great understanding of a skill on magic were known to be able to invent spells. It is unknown what the exact process was to creating spells other than crafting the wand movement and the incantation. What is known is that it was a very difficult, even dangerous process. If something went wrong, the result could prove fatal. An example of this is Pandora Lovegood's experimentation. Snape was specialized in potion as well as dark arts, and always wanted to be on the position of the teacher of defense against the dark arts, but was kept on the position of the potion master. Harry was in his 6th year when Severus Snape became the defense against the dark art teacher, and Horace Slughorn replaced him as the potions teacher. It was then that Harry found the Book of the Half-Blood Prince. The book was full of extra tips and tricks to make potions, which resulted in Harry excelling in this particular class, bypassing even Hermione. The book also contained some spells that Harry had never heard of, concluding that the prince must have invented those spells himself. Harry began reading the book and following all the tricks the book mentioned. This proved that Snape was indeed in the line of the most powerful wizards. His excellence in potions was never questioned, but he invented spells, some of them being dangerous at such a young age. Let's discuss these 7 spells created by Severus Snape in little more detail. Number 1. Langlock. Langlock is a jinx, which causes the victim's tongue to be galled at the roof of their mouth. This jinx is known to work on humans as well as spirits. It is used to prevent the victim from speaking. It can be used in duels, so the victim is unable to cast a spell. Harry used Langlock on Argus Filch twice during a school year and again on Peeves. Number 2. Mufflietu. It is a charm that causes the ears of any person to be filled with an identifiable buzzing sound. This would allow the caster to have a conversation with someone without anyone else being able to overhear them. Harry used it on the hospital wing's doors to prevent Poppy Pomfrey from overhearing him when he talked with Dobby and Kreacher. He used it during the charms lesson to prevent 6 years from overhearing him when he talked with Hermione and Ron about Horace Slughorn's memory. Number 3. Toenail growing Hex. The victim's toenails start to grow at an alarmingly fast pace. Harry used the hex on Vincent's crab in the corridor with very entertaining results. Number 4 and 5. Levicorpus and Liberacorpus. Levicorpus is a spell that is used to suspend the body of the victim by the ankles in the air. The counter jinx is Liberacorpus. It would essentially bring the victim of Levicorpus back to the ground. Harry used it non-verbally without a clear idea of what the effect would be. He used it to levitate Ron due to his obsessive feelings for Romilda Vane due to the love potion. Hermione used it to levitate Harry in the Lestrange vault during breaking so that he could reach the Horcrux cup. Tom Riddle also used it to suspend Grigorovich in the air before interrogating and murdering him in his wand shop. Number 6. Sectum Sempra. Sectum Sempra is the most dangerous of all the spells that the prince created. The spell has an effect of an invisible sword that slashes the victim when used, though it was not until Harry confronted Draco Malfoy in his 6th floor boys' bathroom that he tested it. Snape intervened to heal Draco, and having realized that Harry got a hold of his old textbook, he punished Harry with detentions, though for fear of exposing himself as the curse inventor. Despite disliking Malfoy, Harry didn't want to harm him to such an extent, and was both horrified and guilt-ridden for using the curse against him. Professor McGonagall considered Harry to be lucky not to have been expelled for such an act, and full-heartedly supported the detentions. Harry accidentally attracted the attention of an army of inferi. One spell Harry used was Sectum Sempra Curse, but he merely slashed their unfeeling flesh and didn't seriously stop them approach. Later that night, after Snape murdered Dumbledore, Harry attempted to use this curse against him, only for Snape to block it and angrily reveal to Harry that he was its inventor. The next year, during the Battle of Seven Potters, Snape attempted to use the curse to sever the hand of a fellow Death Eater, but due to a slip, he accidentally cut off George Weasley's left ear instead, leaving him guilt-ridden. The counter curse of Sectum Sempra is Vanilla Sinenter. It is essentially a healing spell and has a song-like incantation that has to be repeated twice for maximal effect. If you love spells and curses a lot, click on this video over here to see the 20 useful spells in Harry Potter ranked. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.